So today's lecture is about the medulla oblongata and it's part 2 for the level of decussation of the medial lemnisci. In previous lecture, I have discussed about the decussation of the pyramid, and today we're going to discuss about the level of decussation of the medial lemnisci. So starting with the features which already know is the Fasciculus Gracilis. Here we have the Fasciculus Gracilis. And here we have the nucleus known as the Nucleus Gracilis. Other features we can see here is the another fasciculus known as the Fasciculus cuneatus. Fasciculus cuneatus. And these features we have already been discussed in my previous video. And here the nucleus is known as the Nucleus cuneatus. Right. What other features we can point out here? Let's first point out here is this the central canal, right? At the middle, we have the central canal. We can see that the fibers are coming from the Fasciculus Gracilis and coming in the nucleus, and through the second order neuron they decussate to the opposite side, right? From here they decussate to the opposite side, and from here they decussate to the other side. So this decussation is known as the decussation of medial meniscus, right? So I can point out here. No, let's point out here directly at the front. Can right here. This is a decussation of the medial menisci. Decussation of medial lemnisci. Right. So these fibers which decussate to the opposite side are known as the internal arcuate fibers, right? These fibers are known as the internal arcuate fibers. Let me mention here is the internal arcuate fibers, right? So the fibers are coming from the Fasciculus Gracilis, and here the small nucleus which is known as the accessory cuneate nucleus. They come to them and they from the second order neuron they decussate to the opposite side, right? And again we have these features which is known as the spinal tract of trigeminal nerve. Spinal tract of trigeminal nerve, which is already mentioned in the previous video, and here we have the spinal nucleus. Right, and it's the only nerve which can be seen throughout the brain stem. So we can see the trigeminal nerve throughout the brain stem, and whatever section we take we can see the trigeminal nerve, right? And let's mention here this is the inferior olivine nucleus. inferior olivary nucleus, right? And again, we already know that this is the pyramid, as this is the interior portion and this is the posterior portion, right? Let me mention here, this is the posterior and this is the anterior. And anterior side we have the pyramid. So what other features we can point out here is that this is the hypoglossal nucleus. Let me mention here that we have the hypoglossal nucleus, right? And the nerve coming out is the hypoglossal nerve. Let me mention it here. Hypoglossal nerve, so which is we can see on the decussation of the medial menisci. We found here the hypoglossal nerve, right? Next, we have the inferior olivine nucleus, which is already mentioned here. And one more feature which I have not drawn here at yet is that here we have this is known as the reticular formation. Reticular formation, like it's a network of the nerve fibers here, right? And what else we have is that this accessory nerve, right? So this is the spinal root of accessory nerve. Spinal root of accessory nerve, right? So these are our features which we can find out in the level of decussation of the medial menisci, and these tracks have already been discussed in my previous video. You can go and watch out there. That this is the posterior spinocerebellar tract. Here we have the lateral spinothalamic tract, and in green we have the interior spinocerebellar tract. So this was all about at the level of decussation of the medial menisci.